no bad weather to read a book in.
That's true. I know. I was talking about this a few weeks ago of I feel like I read more in the summer because then I can be outside and multitask. But then
wait, maybe I do it in the winter when it's cozy.
Then you cozy up with a book. So never a bad time.
But this time of year too, I feel like you want to settle in with something that's going to last you through the winter.
That's
right?
true. Yes.
So let's do some series.
Yes, September series. That is the theme for this month.
Yes.
And first up is a book that we both have read and adore.
And we have to be careful because this book makes both of us cry.
We'll get emotional.
So Beartown is by one of Jackie and I's favorite authors. This is Fredrik Backman. I think we've done, a million of his books at this point on our book club here. So this one specifically is a trilogy. So this is about a hockey town that all they care about is hockey. Beartown is, their whole life is hockey. They're not necessarily the best hockey team.
No, but there's also not a ton going on in the town otherwise, so that's why their whole lives seem to revolve around this, like a high school hockey team.
They're children. I mean, they really are. And so there is this occurrence that happens, and I won't spoil it for you, but there is something that happens in this town that involves some of the star players, and it is a really interesting question of what this town really stands for. If it is standing for hockey, and if it's defending this team, or if it's defending the morals children and the kids and their people. And so it's trilogy. The first one will make you cry. I think probably I can say that with certainty.
Yep.
And then I think you just cry through the second and the third one.
I've not finished the third one yet.
I'm waiting for her to finish it so I can borrow it.
Yeah, it's so long. It is like double the thickness of the original, but great series to get into.
And of course, it's also nice as things are getting cooler too, because it's a cool town. Where do you remember? Cold Town. It's
somewhere cold up north. I don't know. Probably on the Canada line. I don't know.
No, it's definitely not in the United States. I believe it's in.
That's right.
Sweden.
It's in Sweden. That's right. Yeah, because he writes. Yeah.
So you'll get all warm and cozy and fuzzy and read about some ice hockey and everything. I swear, every scene they're like trudging through snow.
They really are. Yeah.
So Beartown is the first one.
Okay. What's up next?
The next one is Throne of Glass, and I love
how beautiful this book is.
I know. This is the collector's edition, and if you know anything about me, you know that
she loves a collector's edition.
If I have the option to buy a collector's edition, I'm going to do so because they're so beautiful on a shelf. So this is part of the Sarah J. Maas craze, or otherwise known as the Mossiverse.
Oh.
Like a multiverse, yeah. And so this one is Throne of Glass. This is her original series. She started writing this series when I think she was 16 years old, which is just crazy. And it didn't get published until far after that point. But this is the same author as A Court of Thorns and Roses, that series there, and then the Crescent City series. And not to give too much away, but they do all tie together.
Oh.
So if you
really want to buy into a series, this is.
And I picked this series to recommend because if you want to do it the authentic way, this is the true appropriate series to start with.
Okay.
7 books long plus a prequel. The prequel's very short, so 7.5 maybe you want to say. But I also recommend this. Well, I think it's my favorite of the 3 series that she's written. This one is complete. The other 2 are not complete yet. This one also features so many strong female friendships and strong females in general that just. There's guys too, but I'm just kidding. They're great too, but the women really save the world here. Throughout the course of 7.5 books, they're just continuously saving the world. The main character, Celaena Sardothien, is my hero. Maybe our lives are not necessarily. She's an assassin, so I don't. So maybe
you
not
don't want to
career-wise, yeah. But her attitude and her whole, her morals and her strength is just really, really empowering. And the other reason that I wanted to recommend this series specifically is because this one is actually appropriate for younger readers.
Oh,
so
okay, perfect.
High school age, maybe middle school. I would say the first 3 or 4 books are probably PG-13, and then maybe a little bit riskier later on. There's a little bit of violence, so parents, do your due diligence before you purchase. But I would think that, gosh, if I had this book series and I had these strong female characters when I was in high school.
Impactful.
Yes, what an impact that would have made. So I recommend this one to adults and to any older child in your life, and boys will like it too, of course. But I think it's specifically meaningful for women. And I always like to talk about the Little Girl Gang. That
we only have a minute left, so let's get to the third series. Make sure everybody doesn't miss it.
So my third series is Wool. By Hugh Howey, and you might have heard this by a different name. It's actually now an Apple TV series called Silo as well. And I actually had to write down my notes because I was so afraid that I was going to spoil something, because this takes you on so many twists and turns that I had to write down what I could say about this book without spoiling.
Hard copy. Let's go.
So the last humans alive are living in a self-sustaining underground silo. They don't know who built the silo. They don't know why they're there. And if you say you want to leave the silo, you are then sentenced to leaving the silo. You cannot take it back. If you express any interest in leaving the silo, you're out. You cannot take it back. So, and one of the things that's very striking is that when they sentence you, and as you are being suited up to leave the silo, they say, we do not know who built the silo. We do not know when it will be safe to be outside. We know that day is not today. And then they send them out.
Oh my God, I just got chills.
I mean, and if you think at some point, I figured it out. I know where this is headed. I know you're wrong. You're wrong. Every time I thought I had it, it took me down a different twist. So this is a trilogy as well. There are, so in the first book alone, and if you have done the Apple TV series, the first book goes way further. So I think that the first book might be probably equivalent to 2 or 3 seasons.
Oh, wow.
So you'll get a lot further. So I highly recommend that. And I think I did a good job not spoiling anything.
Good job. Thank you, Jacqueline. Here are those titles one more time. If you want to jot them down or take a picture: Beartown by Frederick Backman, Throne of Glass by Sarah J. Maas, and then Wool by Hugh Howey. I am looking forward to reading all of these now throughout the rest of the fall and winter.